Hello students, let's start the next part of our topic. In the last class we have already studied about Russell-Sanders coupling in that spin-spin, orbit-orbit and spin-orbit. And next spin principle coupling we have scheme already saw, that is in that LS coupling that is Russell-Sanders coupling, and next one JJ coupling. And today we will going to deal the next part of our topic. In that we will going to deal here Hund's rule first. The ground terms which are there, they can be just deduced by mainly two part. In that first part is ground term will have maximum multiplicity. Maximum multiplicity means what? First, all ground terms will fill singly. Each and every electron will go and fill singly in each and every orbit, and then it goes for doubly filling, isn't it? Or maximum filling. It means what? Ground term will have maximum multiplicity, and if more than one term will have maximum multiplicity, then ground term have large value of L. Okay, then a simple graphical method for determining just the ground term alone for free ions uses fill in the boxes arrangement. So which simple method or simple arrangement we are dealing over here? Simple graphical method we are dealing over here. That graphical method we used to call is as fill in the boxes. Okay, fill in the boxes method. How it can be works, we will going to deal that fill in the boxes method. Just see here, I'll tell you. And in this method we will deal only one DN configuration. Just see how we will write here. DN I will write, and for only one D I will write. For that we are having configuration for D1. Yes, see, in the last part we already saw configuration for that. So plus 2, isn't it? I'll write here, just see, plus 2, next plus 1, next 0, minus 1, minus 2, L. Yes, what is here L? You already know the meaning of L. You already saw the L means what? L means, yes, azimuthal quantum number or orbital angular momentum, isn't it? That we call it as an, or we can be represented, that is our subshell or shape of the orbital. We used to call it as an L. Next about S. So what is S? Yes, spin quantum number we can tell, plus or minus, isn't it? And next we will see about the ground term. Okay, this is our ground term. So let's see for D1 first. So in the D1, as you know, how many electrons should be present? Here 1, it means there is a presence of only one electron. So no doubt in this all 5 subshells, see here, plus 2, plus 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2. These are all 5 are there, degenerating orbitals. In that we supposed to write first only one, or we have to fill the electron in the only one. We have to start from plus 2. Isn't it? And if you have took here plus 2, here if here 1 will come, it will come in the which orbital, means here L subshell. Here it will be L value will be 2, S will be the half, and here how it can be represent, here 2 I will write symbol for this 2, and here ground term symbol orbital degeneration is D. Orbital should be D over here. Total orbital momentum I have already written, I have already told about it. Okay, if L is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for that we supposed to take for orbitals S, P, D, F, G, H, like that way. Okay, so if value of our L is 2, then we supposed to take over here D. I will mention here that particular note. Here L should be what? 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So we can write here for that S, P, D, F, these symbols you are supposed to use. Okay, on this basis we are using these symbols, and here value of 2 we are mentioning over here 2D, isn't it? Now the next term we will take here about D2. So again for D2, how many electrons? See, 2 electrons, 1, 2, isn't it? I am supposed to write here 3. Why I am supposed to write here 3? Just tell me. here in this particular second box, here first L value should be 1. Again here 1, how many electrons? Here 1. 2 into 1, how many? 2. 2 into 1, how many? 1. Isn't it? And here we are supposed to do minus of this. Isn't it? Plus 2 plus 3, how many it becomes? Isn't it? Here it will becomes plus 3. I'll tell you how it can be just get calculated. I'll write up to this D9 and then I will explain you here D3, D4, D5, D6, D7. Okay, up to D7 I'll write. Just see how mentioned over here. Now just we to calculate the simply sum of unpaired electron, we have just to take yes for each and every. So I will take here example for D7 configuration. How they have did calculated we will see here. See for D7 in the plus 2 boxes how many electrons are there? Yes, 2 electrons are there. So L for that boxes is how much? Here 2 into 2, how much here? 4. Isn't it? Next in the plus 1 how many electrons are there? 2 are there. So again 1 into 2, how many here? Again here 2. Again in the 0 how many electrons are there? 1. So again for 0 into 1, 0. Isn't it? So again next part what we are supposed to take, electrons we have mentioning for each and every boxes. Again minus 1, in the minus 1 boxes how many electron? Yes, only 1 electron. So again minus 1 into 1, how many electrons? Yes, minus 1. Again in the minus 2 how many electrons? Yes, 1. So again minus 1 into 1, sorry, minus 2 into 1, how many? Minus 2. So what will happen here? Here how many? Plus 4 plus 2 plus 0 minus 1 minus 2. So what will be the answer for that? Here 3. So we got here answer our 3, isn't it? So again these 3 answer we have already got, and the next we are supposed to take value for yes. Yes, we have already know simply sum of unpaired electrons we are supposed to take. So here how many unpaired electrons are there in the 7? 1, 2, 3. So 3 into 1 by 2 we are supposed to do. 3 into 1 by 2, how many here becomes? Yes, 3 by 2. Unpaired electrons 3 are there, no? Yes, 3 are there. So 3 into 1 by 2, 3 by 2 we are supposed to did. So again here value of L is the 3. Here it comes 3, isn't it? So here it comes under F. So what we are supposed to take here again? 4 F, isn't it? We have took over here. This is all about the overall result shown in the table. So overall result, in case if you studied over here, what we will get for here D1, D4, D6, D9, which are there 4 configuration, they will give rise to ground state in the D form. And I'll write that for D1, D4, D6 and D9 they will give in terms in the form of D ground subshell, and remaining which are there, they are nothing but D2, D3, D7, D8 they will give in the form of F, and remaining only one, that is our D5, give in the form of what? Yes. Okay, so this is the overall result about this particular part. Okay, I hope you have understood these terms. Nothing is there, simply calculation is there based on the quantum numbers. Okay, up to D9. No one will ask you in the exam of such type of part. Simply for your understanding purpose, you are supposed to mention over here based on the quantum numbers. Here all D terms, here all this splitting, plus 2 plus 1, 0 minus 1 minus 2, here L, here S pin, then these are the ground terms. Okay, I hope you have understood this, and how to calculate also I have told over here. So just see, these are the some terms for 3D-N configuration. Okay, so 3D-N free ion configuration. Here configuration, if you took D1, D9, so number of quantum states are 10. Okay, number of energy levels only 1, ground term 2D, and excited terms nothing. So D2, D8 45, number of energy levels 5, and again here yes 3F, and PGDS here only 3 on 111, on it, each and every part. Okay, so we have splitted over here, isn't it? So how it can be came, they have gave in the book in such a way only, so they have not give any idea, simply they have gave how to calculate this number of quantum state. I'll tell you how to calculate this. Again, for that we are having the Hund's rule. So what is that particular Hund's rule also I will tell you. So now how to calculate this number of quantum state we are dealing. So here n factorial is nothing but twice the number of orbital. Okay, what is this means? Twice the number of orbitals. Next, r is nothing but number of electrons. Now just to see here, for example, we can take here d2. So in case of d2, 2 electrons are there, no doubt, isn't it? So 2 into 5, twice the number of orbitals, isn't it? So d2 in case of 5 orbitals are there, so we have made twice, into 2 we have did, divided by r factorial 10 minus 2, isn't it? 10 minus 2 factorial. So again 10 factorial, next part 2 factorial into 8 factorial. So again 10 into 9 into 8 factorial divided by 2 into 1 into 8 factorial, isn't it? Not need to tell this all. I hope you understand this. So again this 8 factorial will goes out. Here 2 into 2, 5s are 10. How many? 5 9s are 45. In this way you are supposed to calculate it. For how much? d2 term we have calculated. Next again for d1, how to calculate, just to see here. Again I will take here d1. Yes, again number of twice the number of orbitals, 5 orbitals are there, so 2 into 5. Again here 1 factorial, 2 into 5 minus 1 factorial. Again next part 10 factorial divided by 1 into 10 minus 1 factorial. So again here 10 factorial divided by, yes, 1 into 9, isn't it? And again common term we are supposed to take, 10 into 9 factorial divided by 1 into 9 factorial. So again this 9 factorial will go here, it will become 10. So I have told about this, how to calculate number of quantum state. Just to see here, for d1 we are having 10. We have calculated for d1 10, isn't it? For d2 we are having 45. We have calculated 45 here, isn't it? So just to see, for d2 we are having 45. In this way for d3 120, d4 210. How we have calculated here? Same way we are supposed to calculate. So for derivation of terms and symbol for d2 configuration, for d electron a substitutory quantum number, that is L is equal to 2, and next for 2d electron having L1 is equal to 2 as well as L2 is equal to 2. So L is equal to 2 plus 2, how much? Yes, 4. Again you already know about plus 2 minus 1 minus 2 minus 3, again minus 4. So again next part, yes, 2 plus 2 minus 1 we are supposed to do, isn't it? How much? Yes, 3. Again 2 plus 2 minus 2 we are supposed to do, how much? Yes, 2. Again 2 plus 2 minus 3 we are supposed to take, again here 1. 2 plus 2 minus 4, again here how much? 0. In this way we have to calculate here subsidiary or azimuthal quantum number for what? d2 configuration. The values of L represent SPDFG state corresponding to the, just as here what I want to tell you is that if L is equal to 0 1 2 3 4 5 so on, so what it is? S P D F G H, it will be represent, and the value of S can be obtained here what? Plus or minus half, isn't it? Again for values of El, how it is, sorry, yes, spin quantum number I will tell you. For spin quantum number again same thing. Here how we have did here minus 0 already. Minus 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same way for spin also. For yes also I will tell here, just to see here half plus half minus 0. How much it will become? Same way we are supposed to write over here. Again here same. Yes, next half plus half minus 1. In this way we are supposed to do minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 and so on. The values of spin multiplicity should be taken here 2s plus 1, isn't it? So here 341 we have to write for that. For this spin multiplicity, how to we have to write means the values for spin multiplicity we have to represent how means here yes, P, D, F which are there, no, for that we have some G, F, G, H, here simply dash we are supposed to do this, isn't it, for in case of spin, isn't it? So again 3s, 3p, 3d, 4s, 4p, 4p, isn't it, which only actually can be exist, and there are 4s ways corresponding arranging this electron in the 5d orbital. So in this way again here this is over in case of again for 2, isn't it, 2s, 2p, 2d, again 3s, 3p, 3d, again for 4s, 4p, 4d, in this so on it will be carries out, isn't it? In this way we are supposed to derive the terms and symbol for D2 configuration. Now next part we will see the crystal field splitting of Russell's and term. And before going to dealing that, let me tell you this part once again. The derivation term symbol for D2 configuration. For D electron substitute quantum number L is always 1. Don't get confused at all. Here 2 plus 2 term is common. In that minus 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. If you have did, it will become 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. And if L is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the here what the shells we will get here S, P, D, F, G like that. Simply this part is important. This I want to tell you is that. Okay, and about spin what we have to do, again same here, plus half, again 1 plus half, minus 0, half plus half, minus 1, in that so on it will be go. So spin multiplicity may represent 1s, 1p, 1d, 1f, 2s, 2p, 2d, 3s, 3p, 3d, 4s, 4p, 4d and so on. Like that we can just a terms and symbol for D2 configuration we can represent over here. Now the next term we will deal about the crystal field splitting of Russell's and terms. Okay. Next part we are going to dealing over here crystal field splitting of Russell's and term. The effect of crystal field, okay, crystal field splitting or crystal field, okay, on the different orbitals. The effect of crystal, I will write CF on the different orbitals. So which are that orbitals? Yes, S, P, D, F, isn't it? Will result into splitting of different energies, splitting into subset of different energies, depending on whether they are octahedral or tetrahedral. Depending on whether they are octahedral or tetrahedral in the nature. So what I want to tell you is that the effect of crystal field splitting on the different orbitals will result splitting into the subset of different energies which depend on whether they are octahedral environment or tetrahedral environment. Okay, in which environment they are present depend on that. And the magnitude of d orbital splitting generally represents the fraction of what? The magnitude of d orbital splitting d orbital, I'll write here d orbital splitting generally represent fraction of octahedral splitting of 10 dq. Okay, then ground term energies for free ion are also affected by crystal field splitting. Also what affect? Yes, ground term energies can be also affect. Ground term energies also affect on crystal field splitting. Okay, then analogy can be made between the orbitals and ground terms that are related due to the angular part of their electron distribution. The effect of crystal field on different orbital on that octahedral environment will cause d orbital to split and gives rise to. So in case of what? In case of octahedral environment, what will happen? In case of octahedral environment, d orbital splitting splits into T2G and EG subset, isn't it? So what I am telling you is that in case of octahedral environment, d orbital splits into T2G and EG environment, and where upper case used to denote the state and lower case will be used to denote the orbital. Here I'll tell upper can be denoted what? Upper denotes the state and lower will be the orbital. States and lower will be the orbital, isn't it? So next, F orbitals, this is about the d. Okay, now F orbitals are split to give rise to subset. So what about the F? About d I have told T2G and EG. So next term I will tell F orbital. F orbital splits, okay, and gives subset that known as T19, next T29, A2G, T1G, T2G, A2G. And by analogy, F ground terms when split crystal field splitting give states known as T1G, T2G and A2G. And next, crystal field splitting of Russell's and terms in high spin octahedral complexes are, I will tell you that, just see or just put one glance on it. Before that, I will tell you once again this crystal field splitting of Russell's and principle. In that, what we are supposed to tell first, the crystal field splitting which will be there of different orbitals will result in the splitting of subset, and which can be depend whether our complex is octahedral in nature or tetrahedral in the nature in that environment. So magnitude of d orbital splitting generally represents fraction whether octahedral or 10 dq. Next, the ground term energy also can be effect on crystal field splitting In that octahedral environment, d orbital splits into T2g and Eg subset, and where upper part which will be there, it can be represent the states T and E, and lower which will be represents the orbital, isn't it? Next, for F orbital splits, that is T1g, T2g and A2g. Okay, this is about the F orbital. And next, Russell's and Dust terms and crystal field components which are there. How? Just see here, crystal field splitting of Russell's and Dust terms in high spin octahedral crystal field. So Russell's and Dust terms, I will just simply tell you S, P, D, F, G, H, same way, isn't it? And this is the ground terms 1, 3, 5, 7. Simply odd number you are supposed to take 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Next, crystal field component A19, A1G, T1G, EG, T2G, A2G, T1G, T2G. Here one term is there so that you can keep in your mind. It is very easy to keep. So just see here, this A1G which will be there, it is present in which terms? Just see, common in which terms? Here in the S, isn't it? Again it is common in the which term? Yes, G, isn't it? And again it is common in the which term? I. Don't worry about it, they have given simply capital terms. Next, T1G again common in which terms? Just see, here T1G, here also T1G, T1G, and remaining T2G. Here T2G, 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 which is common in all, isn't it? Remaining what? A2G, isn't it? Here A2G, here A2G. Again EG, here A1G, EG. So like that you have to keep in your mind simply these terms. And for simplicity, spin multipliers are not included in the table since they are remaining the same for each term. And the above table shows that the Millikan's symmetry tables developed by atomic and molecular orbitals have been applied to this state, but for this purpose they are written in the capital terms. Okay, so they have written in the capitals. These are the Millikan's symbols you have to keep in your mind. Okay, I will tell you trick, but I will tell in the next class. It is very easy to keep in your mind. Simply one trick you put for to keep in your mind: Russell's and Dust terms and crystal field components. This is what we have studied today, the crystal field splitting or Russell's and Dust terms. So what are the part we have learned today is nothing but Hertz rule. From that we have started, and fill in the box arrangement we have saw, isn't it? And after that we have just saw terms for 3D. In that again we saw quantum number states, isn't it? Quantum n factorial, n minus 1 r factorial. And next we saw derivation term symbol for D2 configuration. And after that we have saw the crystal field splitting of Russell's and Dust terms. Okay, this is only for your understanding purpose. It is not good for any your exam. Only orbital diagram and crystal field splitting of tetrahedral as well as octahedral complexes, electronic spectra of titanium complex ion they will ask for your exam. That we will going to deal orbital diagram and titanium complex in the next 2 classes about it, isn't it? And again in the next class we will going to deal about the Millikan's symbols and as well as spectrochemical series. I hope you have understood the today's class. If you have any doubts, please contact me on our personal contact WhatsApp number, and I will send the notes of this so that you can read it simultaneously. Thank you.